What's up, YouTube? It's your boy here, O'Neill, here at O'Neill TV. And it's today we're gonna talk about the kiss that sent shockwaves through the YouTube universe today. Let's get into this.
I'm getting married today.
I know.
I'm getting married today.
I was thinking about that, man. It was hard to believe. That just didn't feel complete.
Yeah. This is it, Wayne.
Okay, so let's start here. This is exactly where the story starts. The story starts at the main character, Amber. She's the one in red, she's sleeping. The main protagonist guy, Wayne, of Wayne's World. No, very relatable. Hey, but I've never done it before, but it has been done because it's on screen and it just doesn't sound like unfamiliar, if you ask me. No, so what is happening here is we're seeing a woman who is supposed to be getting married, sleeping with her ex on the day of the wedding. Now, I mean, hey, we could say, has men done this before? Possibly at bachelor parties. You know what I mean? And how is it looked at versus how is it looked at with a female? You could make that argument if you want to make that argument. But we're going to see exactly the significance of this as we progress.
I understand, man. I know.
You have to take my baby.
So what's going on here, guys, is that she's pretty much lost a child. She's lost a child. She's now married. She tried to have a child with her own husband. She lost that particular child, and now she's crying. She's breaking down. She hasn't even broken down in front of her husband, if you ask me. She's actually breaking down on her husband's best friend. And a lot of times we look into these scenarios, and I've said, is this what they're talking about in these red pill spaces or blue pill spaces or whatever spaces that they discuss these things about? Is this what they're talking about when they say that a woman sometimes marry the man that they're not supposed to marry and actually leave the guy that they're supposed to marry? The guy that's I don't know, the tech billionaire, or he's in something different, or he's just not that flashy. He's just not that flashy. He's not into the violence. He's not into any of that at all. He just wants to live a normal, sober life. She looks over him. But the guy who she thinks is flashy, who she thinks has all the money in the world, who she thinks is the bad guy, she says, hey, let me get that guy. And so the guy who could be there for her emotionally and who could support her, she dusts him off. Let's keep watching.
Be here for you. Amber, listen to me. I'm gonna be here. Amber.
David, what are you doing?
Now, she came to this particular mode. And what did everybody do when she came to this particular mood and motion? Everybody blamed the guy. And they said that the guy knew that she was in a very vulnerable moment and that he took advantage of the woman. And I said, well, I mean, to be very fair with you, he came over there to look after her affairs and to see about her because, after all, the husband has cheated and is now actually hiding somewhere. You know what I mean? He's not coming home because he can't face his wife. But his best friend is now over here to try to do damage control. But yet again, as I've been mentioning, that spiritual connection, which I believe sometimes you have with a person that you don't know, as they probably call it, I guess, soul ties. Some people go into that mode. Hey, if you want to go down that road, that's fine. But that person that you probably should have been with, that you probably should have chosen, that you didn't choose, that they're calling boring, because of course I had a live with this and basically everybody was saying, hey, the guy is boring, he has a dog. I don't know what were the names and the titles that were given out to him, but the gist of it is that no, this wasn't the right guy. No, could it be because he's not as rich as his best friend? Possibly. Is this the high value man argument again? Is this the lady finding the knight in shining armor and thinking she found the knight in shining armor and overlooking the guy that she's supposed to be with? Lest I digress. Why is it that she's vulnerable, but he wasn't vulnerable? That is my question. Let's keep watching.
Emperor.
What are you?
Man, look, man, you know I got your back, man. Whatever you need from me, I'm here for you. I'm here for Amber. I mean, you just let me know what I can do.
Nah, man. Nah, you've done enough, man. You've done a lot.
More than enough. On his face, it says, hey, I've let my bro down. And of course, hey guys, I understand. I mean, hey, I get it. I wouldn't want anybody to be touching my girl either. Even if I was going through, some cheating episode, you still wouldn't want that because it's just the male thing of you to do. However, you can see that he actually feels it for the mere fact that not even while speaking to his best friend, which is Anthony here in this, scene, name of the husband is Anthony. After speaking with him, he still feels a way about it. Isn't this what vulnerability looks like in terms of males? It was just a moment. He got vulnerable. They both had a kiss. No. Instead, what is actually happening is that this man, this Dylan, is being dragged because he's too boring. That's what it is. Because he's too boring. While we get into this particular topic, and I wanted to get in this topic because I wanted to show you how some of the times a lady will marry a man that they're not supposed to marry. Now, the husband has treated the lady awful. Anthony has treated Amber awful. And of course, hey, she should leave. And that's all I keep hearing. But I always have said about relationships, maybe it is that you want to make better selections. And that doesn't go for everybody and not myself. That goes for me too. I have to make better, selections. I have to be more deliberate about my selections. Am I seeing things the way I should be seeing them? Am I spending enough time? Instead, what has happened is that Amber went ahead on the premise of, let me get a man that is richer than the previous man, instead of looking for the man that could better suit her actual needs, that could better take care of her emotional needs when she needs them. Because after all, herself and her husband may just not be equally yoked. So ladies, I keep asking, are you overlooking Mr. Right? Are you overlooking Mr. Right? Is Mr. Right there? And you turn your head and see the next guy. Is this what they're talking about in the red pill space? Is this what this reasoning is about? Even in the black community? Well, let's take a look at what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant had to say about this entire fiasco. Let's look at this.
Then get married and become a father and go, oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't know it was going to take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the card and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey.
Here we go. Here we go on this Prince Charming. When women see this is exactly what they're seeing.
And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming, and the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would.
Exactly. That is the point I'm raising. So instead of pretty much looking for the guy that maybe, are you spending time with that guy over a period of time and ensuring that this is the person that you're trying to look for and this is what you're trying to get. Instead of looking for that in the beginning, you wait until the marriage happens and they say, oh, it doesn't feel like I'm in the right thing. Let's keep watching.
Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value.
And that is true. That is absolutely true. And I know men can attest to this as well too. That they get into a relationship and it's as if they're trying to be something that they're not. And that includes even money. It's almost like when a lady says that she wants a high value man, a man with 6 figures. The man comes with 80 and she's saying, oh, you need to get up to 100 real quick. Even though it might be taking him some time to even get things working. Get up to 100 real quick because I need a man who does 100. These are things that cause problems in relationships. Why? Because maybe the picking is not happening properly at the beginning.
Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale.
There we go again. There we go again. And I just want to highlight this Because I believe that Dr. Umar did a clip the other day and he was saying the same thing about the whole idea of the snow bunny versus, the black woman. And he was talking about the whole idea of, one will invest, which is the snow bunny will invest, and the black woman will say, hey, you need to come ready made. Are they off though as to what really and truly is happening? I boil it down to women just don't pick. Well, men do the picking, but women who are choosing, like the way they're choosing, maybe the choosing is off. Maybe social media has thrown a lot of the choosing off. Maybe that's what has actually happened. So I wanted to discuss this because, I see the similarities between what Dr. Bryant here is mentioning and just the whole idea of how the storyline itself worked out. Instead of it being a happy, peaceful marriage, it's a marriage filled with treachery and lies. Because in the first place, Mr. Right was overlooked. Mr. Right was overlooked. The guy who was right for you was overlooked. Maybe this is what they're talking about, this whole idea of dating on your level. And they're saying, hey, find a guy that's on your level. And ladies are asking for $5 million and $10 million a year. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get a guy that is not responsible and that has money, but you should also look for someone that can kind of match you. That can match you because, hey, after you get all the money, that's about it. After you buy all the stuff, that's about it. You're going to have to live through this. Now, some women can. Some women are I guess they're cool. They're fine with just living through it. They don't mind the money. They'll do it for the money. You do have those women. But that's not the majority. I don't feel like that is the majority. That is not the majority. So my caveat in this and the message in this is, ladies, the guys are picking. Can you choose a little bit better? Guys, we have a duty as well. Let me know what you guys think. I love these conversations. I love these conversations because they're happening all over the world. As a person born in Jamaica and has done relationships in Jamaica and in the United States of America, I can tell you there are similarities within cultures. There are similarities. As a matter of fact, too similar, very similar. When it comes to dating, it's just about what and what at this point in time. It's just about what and what. But let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon.